with the holidays coming up and people going on winter break, this is a video all about winter learning. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. Yep, my name is Amanda from Learning to Love Well. This is take 2 of saying the exact same thing because I thought I was just recording, and joke's on me, totally wasn't. So this is actually the second video that I have tried to make this week on the exact same topic. I went to go edit it the other day and the background noise was so loud that it would have been super distracting. So this is take 2 of the same video. So this is a channel dedicated to homeschool encouragement, specifically biblical worldview encouragement. Sometimes we engage in the scriptures. Sometimes we talk about Christian curriculum. We talk about sales. We talk about the practical. We just talk about overall encouragement. So let's talk about winter learning. I'm going to turn on my computer really quick because my notes are here. And if I do not, then I can promise you we will hit rabbit trails because I am, a rabbit trail kind of person. So I went ahead and did some notes because, oh no, I thought I deleted them because I've already done this video, but I didn't. Praise God. Okay, so winter learning activities. Now, when you think winter learning, you probably will think of something like, okay, maybe some arts and crafts. Maybe you think about like the little Pinterest, like candy cane decor or something like that, which is totally cool, totally fine. All of those are still good. But I am thinking more educational integration and getting a little bit more fun in your homeschool for the holidays, but without neglecting any intellectual stimulation that can keep your child's brain moving during the holidays. Research has shown that gaps in learning happen when we stop reading. Children, I think it was 4 months of their reading level, if I am correct, that they lose over the summer months. And just keeping their brains active and keeping them up on things. So that is the idea behind the video, and making it fun along the way. Okay, so number 1 is baking with the kiddos. So I did a whole video on baking with kids because of the reading comprehension, the fact that you have to read the recipe, you have to then perform the recipe, which has to do with comprehending and understanding exactly what you are doing and what you've just read. Plus, with how much practical measurements it is, whether or not you're weighing measurements, or whether you're using metric system or the US system, or if you are tripling using multiplication or doubling a recipe, all of those take math, and it takes math integration in what you're doing. So adding baking into your children's lives during this time period can be really good for their educational experience as well. Number 2, making candy. I know this is going to sound like a weird project, but hey, if you've got some maple syrup and some snow on the ground, those little house on the prairie candies that you make with like the snow, and then you like put hot maple syrup and freeze the little maple syrup candies, this would be a great time of the year to start implementing that. It's also a good time to pull in books like The Little House on the Prairie and read Cozied Up and try to implement some of these things that we're seeing in the books. Or sitting down with, or during the winter months while you are working on hot cocoa, try making some homemade marshmallows or some things that your kids probably don't think that they could actually make at home. This is a great time to start showing your kids that they are more capable of making things themselves and doing things from scratch than they ever thought was possible. A lot of times in our very easy access, convenient world, we no longer have that understanding that everything has to be made, everything has to be processed, and a good deal of it can actually be done in our kitchen. So this is a great time for not only life skills, but also giving them the confidence to tackle things that they probably wouldn't have thought was possible at any other point in time. Another thing would be calendar activities. So we have the new year coming up, we have Christmas coming up. Whether or not you celebrate Christmas or not, I know there's a big rift sometimes in certain communities, but either way, calendar activities and countdowns towards holidays using the calendar can teach day countdowns, it can teach months, it can teach the days of the week. You can really start implementing and making it very tangible for the kids to actually like do advent calendars or things like that to actually make the countdown very real and working on some of those calendar skills, especially with your younger kids. Another thing that you can do, back to the kitchen, is me and my kids actually just finished making some homemade chapstick. So we make a lot of our stuff from scratch, and like deodorant and soap and things like that. And so I prayed about it and I felt like include my kids in the chapstick making. So I made the base, and then the kids chose the essential oils that they wanted to put in, and then they made their own chapstick, which it was actually really cute because my youngest child was carrying it. He was so happy because he made his own chapstick. So this can be practical, and again, it's building those confidence levels that they can tackle things they really didn't think were possible to even do, and allowing them to express some creativity and also work with measurements, learning about things like double boilers, heating things, learning the different ingredients that would go into even healthcare projects. And if you yourself don't know how to do a lot of these things, there are plenty of YouTube videos, there are plenty of Pinterest tutorials, there are just plenty of recipes online, like the Wellness Mama has it, Farmhouse on Boone has it, our Oily Home, I believe, which is another blog that covers kind of those kinds of things, have recipes readily available, and a lot of the ingredients you can get off of Amazon, and it's pretty simple. Along with that, elderberry syrup, making some of your own elderberry gummies, making gummies and things like that and making their own candies for the holiday season, again, is a great way for them to feel confident, get in some of those math skills and comprehension skills and reading comprehension skills. And you'll be surprised how much fun you'll have doing it too. Plus, who doesn't like making something they can actually use? I know I do. And another thing so that you can work on during this holiday season is budgeting. I know this isn't like everyone's favorite thing to teach. Like, it is so important, and it is a life skill and a necessity in life. No matter what career you choose, you're gonna have to learn how to steward and budget your money. So with this being said, having a list of the people that they're buying for and having a set amount of money and how they plan to implement and spend that money and estimating tax and all of those things is such a great time when you are gift giving for them to be able to practice those skills for the future. Another thing that would be really fun to do and implement even in our homeschool over the winter months is, if you are gift giving, is allowing your kids to work cutting and measuring skills with present wrapping. If you allow them to wrap their own gifts and really think through how much paper they're going to need and making it into a perimeter and a square foot area kind of mathematics, and teaching them how precisely cutting the wrapping paper can actually make their wrapping paper last a little bit longer, and it's a good way to steward your money so that you're not buying a whole lot more wrapping paper than you actually need. All of these things end up contributing to what they are doing. I think a lot of times, because we are In a modern world, we think all education comes from just opening a book. And although there are a ton of education that comes from opening a book, there are a lot of things that historically people would actually learn through doing, like apprenticeships or just watching and just everyday life skills. So, with that being said, other things that are going to deserve an honorable mention are things like sets or things that your kids can do, like learning how to knit, sew, crochet, whether they use this as just overall things that they would like to do, working on loom knitting hats or crocheting, or working on some indoor life skills or crafty ideas that will end up propelling them to be able to do what much more on is always good. Historically, during the cold seasons, that's when these things would take place. They would come in, you'd see the ladies in their rocking chairs by the fire, teaching the younger generation how to knit, sew, needlepoint, all of those things. And if you haven't gotten those skills and you would like them, again, there's plenty of YouTube tutorials, there's plenty of Pinterest articles. There's even at your local library, most likely books that will actually explain how to do some of these things as well. So I hope this helps. I hope this gets your mind jogged in the direction of what you can do to implement learning and do winter learning activities that are fun, engaging, and kind of reinforce the things that they've learned previously all year long, so they don't lose any necessary skills for when you come back from winter break. Well, that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful and absolutely blessed day. God bless.